here, welcome you back to another chapter of the Yakuza Saga. Last time, the Z-Fighters have finally arrived. The cavalry has finally arrived containing of Gohan, Goten and Trunks, as well as Majin Buu, unexpectedly, as well as Chaosu. And Chaosu was the one that detected the bouncers' microchips that were controlling them, that were making them loyal to the Yakuza, as well as Dauragon. Unfortunately, the small tyke was beaten down by him and his unsurmountable strength. So much so that when he released it, the glass dome actually began to collapse. And the Z-Fighters, as well as the women, had to evacuate as well as carry the incapacitated bouncers, especially Ko, who Chaosu never had a chance to disable and got his legs crushed from the debris. And so everyone except the Saiyans were taken to Kami's lookout for recovery. Actually, Dende's lookout. Keep messing up. But you think that Dauragon is finished, but no! He has risen from the debris of the Mikado dome. The Hanging Garden has collapsed and lost its support, and the entire foundation was destroyed. But no! That did not stop Dauragon, and he, utilizing all the Dark Ki as well as the Yakuzas, he was gonna morph into this huge-ass chimera, and Gohan, Goten, and Trunks are the only ones powerful enough to stop him. And it's an epic final battle! Oh my goodness, I am looking forward to this! This is like the final hurrah in the Bouncer tetralogy. Alright, let's get this thing going. Alright, here we are, people. Chapter 8, Once and Forever. In the devastated forest surrounded by pillars of cement, Gohan teamed up with Goten and Trunks. Majin Buu was like a regenerative human beanbag against the aerial fighters. Dauragon's massive chimera strength was incredible. He was even enough to knock over the crystal dome like a kid who was having a conniption fit over a structure of blocks he hated making. The remainders of the dome and the transparent ceiling shattered into large soul-piercing shards as they broke off bit by bit. The building collapsed, and soon the adjacent towers like humongous dominoes. The impact caused the Hanging Garden to fall several feet down. The trees lost all their limbs and toppled over coincidentally with the dome. In the lookout, they continued to watch over the earth. The Guardian was in complete shock. Damn! Dauragon's power's still increasing! There's just no end to this evil! No, but Gohan and the others know what to do. Majin Buu would also join in the fray, but he's got his hands full of Yakuza kamikazes. My brother's down there! But where's Saiyan? And Ayame? Wang held her close for reassurance. As if on cue, Chaosu, the women, and the comatose bouncers emerged. The telekinetic martial artist dropped his victims gently to the floor. Ayame released Echidna, and Lian, her arms were sore. Chaosu! Krillin! It's so good to see you! They gave each other a manly hug as they laughed a little with some high fives. I see Ayame and the others are here. Yep, and so are these men over here. Pointed to the heap. Dominique, wait! Her chances still could be influenced. The little warrior drew out the three gizmos attached to them. Hey, we should have them analyzed in Capsule Corp. Are those the same transmitters that were controlling the bouncers? Yes, Krillin. I can't believe this. Yes, Krillin. I can't believe this. Krillin, there has to be a way to reverse the effects and restore Saiyan and the others. We better not be too late. I'm so disappointed in you, Ko. No stress, Princess. There is a way. We need to get to the sacred water from Korin. He can help us. He lives not too far from here. Then shifted to you know, the the conflict in the Garlic Jr. saga. Ugh, I hated it. Ayame was in a rampage over that, saying he could never get a girlfriend again. She was so close on killing Piccolo. She'll never forget that fallout. Ugh, don't you mean like holy water? Never mind, we gotta go. Chaozu once again used his telekinesis and carried the bouncers to Corin's tower. The women followed as they transported by Ayame, though Chaozu's transfer made the process lighter. Krillin put a gentle hand on Dominique's quivering shoulder. Don't worry, they'll be fine. We'll cover the fort from here. It's up to the Saiyan boys now. Oh, I sure hoped Saiyan and the others would be themselves again. They will. Korin knows what he's doing. It wasn't easy getting the stuff. Run along. She did with Wang, Chaozu, and the women as they descended to the tower. Ayame explained to Lien that Ko was caught in the crossfire. His legs were severely crushed. Chaozu held Sion. You know all the details. So, here's the final showdown. Boys, it all comes down to this. Are you ready? Gohan stood back and saw that Goten was to the left while Trunks was to the right. Ugh, I've been waiting for this, guys. You wanted it, it has it. You... John? Ha! Both Saiyans' bodies glowed in a huge blast of light. That's right, guys. We finally get Gotenks. Finally. I'm using the fusion to defeat Dauragon finally. This was indeed the last fight with Dauragon since people couldn't be wished back using the Dragon Balls more than once. Let's get rid of him, once and for all. Saiyans, can you hear me? Dende! I'm sending you this message telepathically, but there's not much time. You and Gotenks must hurry before he can separate into two within 30 minutes. His massive energy usage can only dissipate whatever time he has. You guys must wipe out the Dauragon dragon as quickly as possible. He has an equivalent power level with yours altogether. If you can hear me, and if you two young ones can't finish off the Chimera in time, you'll be vulnerable to his own malice. Good luck to both of you. Hurry now! Gohan then faced his teammate. You heard the Guardian, bro. Let's take the fight to Dauragon and make sure he's Dauragon. For good. Right! You said it, Gohan! Give him everything you got! The people they cared for racing through their minds. Even the wrath that Dauragon caused the bouncers, Ayame, Dominique, and the world, they instantaneously transformed into their highest Super Saiyan forms. Both Gotenks and Gohan's hairs glowed. It's like Super Saiyan 2. To the left and the right he was hit directly. He retaliated with his strength as he swapped them away like insects. You two are going to pay for your insolence! You will pay for what you've done with our friends! Even to Volko and Sion! You shall pay! Gotenks spread out his arms as he let out all his rage and rapidly fired some energy blasts. Chimera just repelled them. The boy hunched, then threw himself toward the creature once more. One of Dauragon's deadly sonic elbows, he forced him back. Gohan came into the fray with his ultimate knuckle, used his backhand stunning the enemy. After that he countered with his super assault combo, sending quick punches and kicks to the CEO's abdomen and 2 roundhouse kicks. Monster hunched over in pain, but his body flashed as he made another rushing beat. Gohan avoided most of his blows. When he was distracted, Gotenks opened his mouth and spat out the ghosts. The kamikaze ghosts. They swarmed around their target, then closed in on Dauragon as Gohan teleported away from the melee. Dauragon swiped some away with a spiraling hit. They exploded on contact while they accidentally touched each other, or Yakuza played. Not many were able to make their mark. That didn't work! He's more cockier than I thought! Tried again after he raised his right hand and conjured a large beam of golden energy. It formed the shape of a halo as his own galactic donut. wrapped around Dauragon, constricting his movement, and he struggled to break free. The enemy was helpless. Gohan charged up and created a whitish-blue energy sphere, performing his hidden potential, technique he learned as a kid. Flew forward with his arms in front of him, shot a huge energy wave from his fists at the opponent, inflicting a massive amount of damage. The donut was also weak enough upon impact, allowing Dauragon to strain and break apart the halo. Saiyans cringed at the display, and Dauragon was immersive again, leaving it to disperse into dissipating energy balls. Wolf Fang Fist! Hey, isn't that Yamcha's technique? Gotenks created the illusion. And indeed, it is. I'm surprised Gotenks learned this. He closed in for the kill. He charged melee efforts were effective, though it was short-lived as Dauragon kept whacking him away with his tail, spines, and arms, surrounding in a violent hue. The display was horrifying and in conjunction with the opaque turf, though it never flinched the dragon. He released his volley of deadly Chinese Kempo moves as he made close contact with the Saiyans, each one more quick and insanely powerful than the last. Despite their best efforts, they weren't invincible as their auras began to weaken. Even Gotenks' single form began to flicker as Goten and Trunks attempted to separate like a person seeing double. This process caused him to lose his vital energy. The boys backed away. They noticed he was focused entirely on offense while he was making some reckless strikes toward them. Some of his punches even left craters the size and depth of houses, terrifying the duo. Dauragon's gauntlet glowed a purplish flame and swiped Gohan, immobilizing him. In his berserk state, his dragon barrage commenced as he continued to punish him with a powerful surge of fast punches, leading to an uppercut. No! Gohan! Die! 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 Gotenks' continuous die-die missile was activated. Rapid fire of compacted ki blasts spread out. His attack by shooting dozens of continuous ki blasts more powerful than normal ones. Dauragon tried to repel them using his rushing beat. Gotenks thrashed in using his final cannon, his high-speed rush technique. Charged a yellow aura and unleashed a barrage of punches, next proceeded to kick the opponent into the air, knocked him away. That technique was assimilated by Trunks. Unfortunately, the Chimera was still standing, unwavering. Dazed but not confused, Gohan saw Dauragon's noticeable feature, his tail. It was weird since he never had one. Then again, a lot of dragons possess them, even Shenron or Porunga. So Gohan took advantage of it, grabbed it, swung it behind his tricky legs when he teleported, then did a roundhouse kick and stomped it. That stunt caused the Chimera to wail. Gotenks was unsure what just transpired, and his fused form dissipated a little more. Gotenks! We need to attack together, just like you do. What? Trust me. Then Gohan led the way since he was stronger and quicker as just one person. Gohan commandeered the fight. They combined their ki in a single Masenko wave. Gohan and Gotenks put their hands above their heads and built their Masenko attacks. They were ready. They fired them simultaneously, then merged into a large Masenko blast at the opponent, inflicting a huge amount of damage. They both placed their hands above their heads with the palms facing the target. There's the combined Masenko! Finally, there was the Bros Kamehameha. When performing it, Gotenks and Gohan were prepared their Kamehameha attacks. They fired them simultaneously so that the two energy waves merged into one large Kamehameha. This was not enough to defeat the opponent's might. Gohan and Gotenks put more power into the attack, overpowering Dauragon and inflicting a great deal of damage. Eventually, Mikado's body literally dissipated as the volley incinerated him inside out. After a proud pose, Gotenks' vessel kept on flashing until he began to separate. They and Gohan simply gazed out at the demolished field in complete silence. Plop! Boo dropped. He dropped in. He was done fighting the Yakuza forces. Boo left playing with Yakuza toys. Some fun! Pow, pow, pow! Yeah. Well, we need to head for the lookout. Dindy's expecting us in... Go! And Volt! We need to save them. And Sion, too. You're right. Their lives are at stake now. I sure hope the sacred water would work on them. Korin has it in stock, that is. He recalled how much of a hassle it was for Kami and Mr. Popo to get it. Come on, guys. Followed the adults Saiyan, Goten, Trunks, and Majin Buu headed toward the heavenly realm. Moments later, Dendy stood beside Ayame, Echidna, Mr. Popo, and the others as Korin applied the sacred water. Each bouncer rested on a separate cot, wrapped in a thick blanket, though Ko's severely crushed legs were being healed by Dende. Just then they felt a shockwave as the lookout quaked briefly. Stepping in was the quartet scarred from the battle back on Earth. How are they, Dende? Are we too late? Walked next to Ko's bed. Trunks followed to Volt's. Hi, Boo! Boo? As if things couldn't possibly get any more bizarre. All three bouncers had to be incapacitated, as they couldn't be given a senzu bean since chances are they're still tranced. Leanne was with him. Are you hurt? She then pointed toward another vacant bed. Here, lie down. Not me! It's my friend Kolefo! Somebody help him! Please! Begged Leanne and Dende to assist him. He'll be fine soon, Goten. Laid his hands on Ko's legs. He watched as Korin finally forced him to drink the liquid's restorative properties. The bouncers received the sacred water, which was said to reverse the effects of mind control. Both Gohan and Ayame knew all too well. Again, it was the fallout. The first person that woke up was Sion. They were restored before the sunrise. He began to gradually open his eyes. The faint light from the cerulean sky was enough to help him see his foreign surroundings. He looked around. Finally saw his beloved and his sensei. He reached over and touched Dominique's delicate hand. Sion! Brought her over in a tight, warm embrace. She could hardly tell him how much she missed him, how lucky he was to be back safely in her arms. Upon contact, he noticed something valuable was missing. My dog collar. It's gone. I believe he has it. He being Chaosu. Thanks. Who are you? I'm Chaosu. I was the one who brought you guys here. Welcome to Dindy's Lookout. I'm sure the lot of you have some explaining to do. Huh? Chaosu concentrated on his mind, which seemed to be a blank state, as was Volt's and Ko's. Turns out they had some memory lapses. For Sion, he was still pretty out of it. Volt recuperated shortly, and Ko's legs felt stronger, though still irritated from the strain. One by one they came to, and so did Echidna, Leanne, and the Saiyan boys, while Dende eventually reunited with the group, and Ayame was only sulking outside. Yeah, you DBZ fans got what you wanted. The fusion of Go Tanks. Ugh. Again, the idea was that drawing I used to have. I wish I could show it to you guys. I'm not much of a freehand artist. So, I used to make a concept drawing of that. And again, it was from the playing card. As well as having Dauragon as a large chimera. Unfortunately, I lost it. And having Ko with broken legs was just a random idea I conjured since he was always so good at kicking. Also, the final fight maybe have been similar to Biohazard in Sonic Adventure 2. And which I got the inspiration from, and instead of Live and Learn, there's Rob Zombie's Super Beast, but I can't use it due to copyright. Ugh, damn it. The moves I came up with for Dauragon was from the Dissidia Shuffle Wiki. Not much content, but hell, if the bouncer was referred in Kingdom Hearts via pens, then he should be a villain in another multiverse. He's just so epic. There were also some references to Garlic Jr. Ugh, I hated it. So, originally this was the Fallout, but future Trunks saved me. Like, geez, I had a huge fallout. So yeah, that should be it for this chapter. Soon will come the epilogue. Ugh, I can't wait to be done with this. So, see you all guys then.